He was so in love with this young woman in the village. He told her, if you marry me, you will never go hungry. If you marry me, I will get you anything that you want. If I cannot find it, whatever it is that you want, I will build it with these two hands. She believed him. They got married. Now in the beginning, it was easy. He could go out and hunt for an hour or two and bring back more than enough food for the both of them. So life was good. But one day, something happened that was simply beyond this young man's control. It just stopped raining. And it stopped raining for a good while. Now, like I said, in the beginning, he could go out and hunt for an hour or two and bring back more than enough food for the both of them. Now he was hunting all day long and just finding barely enough food for one person. They would have to share that with each other. And his wife was not too pleased by this, and she let him know every chance she got. You told me that if I married you, I would never go hungry. It seems like I am hungry all the time. You told me you would give me anything that you wanted, or that I wanted. Right now, what I want most of all is food. You're not living up to your promises. She wouldn't even be standing right there, but he could still hear her. So he hunted to the best of his ability. And one day while he was out hunting, he began to daydream. Oh, if I had great wealth. If I had great wealth, I could get her everything she wanted and everything she needed. And life would be easy. I wouldn't have to work so hard. But knowing my wife as I do, she would eventually find something wrong with that too, and let me know all about it. So perhaps, if we had a child, if we had a little baby, oh, that would be awesome. She could have a little one to love on, to cherish, to hug on, to spend her time on, and forget all about me. That would be wonderful. But times are tough right now. How is it that I could feed her and a child when I can barely take care of us? Times are tough. So perhaps I just need patience. So he continued hunting, and he found just barely enough food for one person, and he was making his way back home. And as he was going back home, there was a hungry man in his path. And this hungry man had looked like he had not eaten in quite some time. And this hungry man asked that young man if he would be so kind as to share just a little bit of that food with him. And the young man knew this was the right thing to do, so he helped pick that hungry man up, and he helped carry him back to the house, where he gave his wife that little bit of food. He asked her to prepare this meal, but set 3 places. Oh, she wasn't too happy about that. What in the world are you thinking? This is barely enough food for me. Now not only do I have to share it with you, but we have to share it with that person you brought home. What goes on in that head of yours? And he said, wife, look at this man. If we do not help him, he may die. You know this is the right thing to do. So please, just do as I ask you to do. She said, okay. She did it. She wasn't too happy about it, but she did it. She cooked this meal, and she set 3 places. And all 3 of them ate. And after that meal was over, that hungry man got up from the table, smiling really big, and said a very heartfelt thank you, and he began to make his way towards the door. And when he got to the door, he stopped and he turned to that young couple and said, when I get home, I'm going to send a gift back for you because you were so kind, so generous. Just to say thank you. And the young man stood up and he said, there's no need, my friend. As a matter of fact, you are my friend. You can come to my house anytime you wish. You are welcome here. And that hungry man smiled really big again and said another heartfelt thank you. And he left the house under his own power. Now, as this hungry man was trying to get home, he came to a big river. Now, this river was deep, and it was very wide, and the current was swift. So, he had to get across this big river to make it back to the sky world. Every now and again, the great Creator disguises himself as one of us and comes down here to check on the children, to make sure that we are treating each other with kindness and with dignity. So that time the great Creator happened to be disguised as that hungry man. So when the Creator got back to the sky world, the Creator called forth 3 gifts. The Creator called forth great wealth, a baby, and patience. And as these 3 gifts stood before the Creator said, I have chosen you because you are what this young man wants most in this lifetime. And I have chosen you to say thank you for his kindness and his generosity. But since his wife was not so kind and not so generous, he may only choose one of you. Have him choose wisely. So as the great wealth and the baby and patience were making their way to that young couple's home, they came to that big river. Now the great wealth, if it had tried to cross by itself, it would simply sink into the water and disappear. And the little baby, its arms and legs were too tiny to fight that swift current, so that baby wouldn't make it either. So patience carried them both across this big river. And when they got to the young couple's house, Patience spoke for all 3 of them. Patience told this young couple, we were chosen because of your kindness and your generosity. The Creator told us we are what you desire most in this lifetime. But since your wife was not so kind and not so generous, you may only have one of us. And the choice is yours and yours alone. Right away, his wife jumped up in his ear and said, pick that great wealth. That is what we need. He thought to himself, yes, that great wealth would make life a whole lot easier. But here's our chance. We can finally complete our family. Oh, that would be wonderful to have a son or a daughter, someone just, some little human to be able to teach things to and to be able to hang out with. Oh, that would be wonderful. What are you waiting for? I told you we need that great wealth. It's sitting right there. It's not going to wait around forever. Just pick it already. Yes, we do need that great wealth. Oh, to have a little one. To complete our family, to have a child, that would be awesome. I done told you to pick that great wealth. It's sitting right there. You know that's what we need, so just pick it already. It's not going to wait around forever. You know we need it. I know we need it. I'm telling you we need it, so just pick it. It's sitting right there, so pick it. Pick it, pick it, pick it, pick it, pick it, pick it, pick it. And he said, I choose patience. In order for me to remain your husband and take care of you the best way that I can. I know she's looking at me. I need patience. So Patience said, okay. And the baby, and the great wealth, and the wife left the house. She was chasing after that great wealth, trying to grab it and stick it in her pockets, but it wasn't her choice to make. So it would simply disappear out of her pockets. So when she finally gave up chasing after this great wealth, she came back to the house and she let him know exactly what she thought about him picking patience and not choosing that great wealth like she had told him to. But he didn't mind now. He had patience. He could listen to it all day and all night long and not get tired of it. So ladies and gentlemen, as the great wealth and the baby tried to make their way back to the sky world, they came to that big river again. And they couldn't get across. So they simply turned around and came back to that young couple's house. So what this story teaches us, folks, is that you can have everything that you want. You can have all that you need. But first, you must have patience.